See, I came to show you all how I break it down. Earthquake flow.
I'm here with Jerem Hart, an aspiring music video artist who is currently studying film at Portland State University, and I wanted to sit here and discuss his current views and goals to become part of the music industry. So, hi Jerem, how are you?
I'm great.
Good.
How are you?
Good. Where and when did you begin becoming interested in the music industry as a whole?
When I was a little kid, I was an avid watcher of MTV and the little videos that they had, and at the same time I was a really big music lover. I never really had a musical family. I didn't know how to play music, and so I never really learned how to sing or play instruments or anything like that. But my dad was a graphic designer, and he knew how to do computer, and he knew electronics and stuff like that. And I also watched a lot of film, so I learned how to. I don't know. I kind of combined my love for film and my love for music, and started making music videos.
So when did it all start? When you were in high school? When you went to college? You decided you wanted to pursue it academically?
It kind of was a gradual thing from, I don't know, I had the idea. I would get little ideas for films when I was in middle school. That's when I kind of first started doing it. Didn't really do anything until after high school, but it was kind of like a small dream of mine.
Were there any particular artists when you were growing up that made you somewhat inspired to become part of the industry? Something that kind of fueled the fire in some ways?
I mean, I like a wide range of artists, from hip hop to like indie and stuff like that. I like Wu-Tang Clan to Red Hot Chili Peppers, stuff like that. And then they also had really great videos, and that's what I liked about it too. They could express it in both music and film.
So do you remember growing up the music videos that were on TV, like MTV you said before?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see a significant difference from the music videos then and music videos now?
Yeah, actually, a big thing that's changed in the industry is now people can use digital film, which before in like the 90s up until the 2000s, they didn't really have video cameras that had high quality, and so nowadays it's so easy to get a camera like what I can do. I can do a lot more nowadays because I don't have to buy the film and edit the film like that. And so you'll see a lot of artists go on YouTube and they'll just go out for a day and film with a digital camera, and they can get so much more done and not worry about the cost of going to somewhere and developing the film and then editing it like that. They can just go on their laptop and take their camera. So that makes it easier for people to make films, but it also makes it less quality because people don't plan it out as much. Now, back in the 90s, they would plan it out, and they would have elaborate sets and designs, and they'd plan everything out, and now it's kind of like, oh, fuck it.
That's okay.
We completely get that out.
Okay. Yeah. So back then, I mean, music videos, literally, all they were doing was just sitting there rapping with their friends and, like, hype men and stuff. But now, it's like Big Booty Hoes and...
Do you think it changed? I think it's...
do you think it's for the better or for the worse?
For the change, I mean, I don't think it's gotten really, like, at least for hip hop, it's a lot different because all they're doing is just rapping on screen with the hoes and stuff like that. And it wasn't that much different back then, but if you looked at like Tupac videos or stuff like that, there's more to them, and there's actually kind of a story and
background.
Yeah, and stuff like that. Now it's just they're with their homies smoking weed and getting women. Yeah.
And so do you think when you go into the industry, are you looking to deter from that, or are you just going to conform because that's the business?
Well, I definitely don't want to conform to that. I want to bring something new to the table, and I want to. I think a lot of people are tired of videos like that, and they kind of notice that. And now that there's YouTube, there's just so much going on. I want to do something different, and I think a lot of people there are videos out there that are different, and I want to make videos like that kind of make you think and aren't in the traditional ways.
And so there are a lot of how you start out. It's usually underground artists, as they're called, and artists like Brother Ali, Atmosphere, all of those. I wouldn't say celebrities, all of those guys that just still are known throughout the country, but in small cities and stuff like that, or where they're from. Why do you think that a lot of the artists come from Seattle or Seattle, LA, and New York, all those obvious areas, but why do you think there hasn't been a big market for Portland?
From Portland, I think one of the things is the population. There's a lot more population in like areas like LA, and I don't know, like atmosphere is from Minnesota, so that's kind of different. I don't know, I mean, like true talent is hard to find. And I guess it's just a numbers game. Where if you have like Seattle's bigger than Portland, so you have Macklemore coming out there, and I think and stuff like that. And so Portland, there's not that much. I mean, there's still artists that come out, and there's just not that one popular guy.
So do you think with the there's different television shows that kind of make fun of Portland and like Portlandia and stuff with all the marketing that Portland's getting as a city? Do you think with that stereotype that's coming out of Portland, do you think there's also going to be a lot more highlights on Portland and all these artists are going to have more opportunities to?
Yeah, I think Portland is definitely growing and the popularity around is growing. I think it's more of like a lot of people think it's really hipster, or like a lot of it's more of like an independent kind of buzz from it, and I think that definitely helps the city grow because there's more people coming in and more spotlight on that kind of the independent artists that are around, and I think it doesn't take away from that. But
so the artists in let's say the late '80s and early '90s that kind of set up the pathway to modern hip hop and stuff, like Curtis Blow, Grandmaster Flash, and Run DMC. Do you think there are any particular artists that you really look up to, and a lot of your work branches off of?
Yeah, I don't know about the late '80s, but mostly the stuff I like is kind of the early '90s, like Tribe Called Quest or like Grand Poobah or stuff like that. Just that they had a real style to it, and it was kind of Afrocentristic. I guess I don't know if I said that right, but they had this whole style, and it was very that influences me a lot in my music, and not only from like a culture standpoint, but in the music videos that I do, they had this certain style to them, and I definitely take it from that.
So it sounds like, you've said a few times that creativity, like originality, is what draws you to the music industry. Do you think that that because there's less and less creativity and originality throughout the whole music video scene, that's why it's losing more airtime on MTV and it's more filled with reality shows and stuff? Do you think if it brought back to that state where it was genuinely music videos?
Yeah, well, I think what we've kind of found is that the reality shows, more people want to watch that, whereas, like more people want to see Jersey Shore. They relate with the emotions more than that than like a single hip-hop video or the music that's playing. And so music videos really took a backseat because not that many people really want to watch that, and I think it's a different time. But they still, they're still playing those, but kind of people just don't want to see them as much anymore, I guess. But yeah, the YouTube, it's really going down to YouTube, and so like when people used to, like on MTV, people used to have to wait and watch that favorite video, and now they can just go online and click, type in the song that they want, and they can watch it whenever they want. So that really affects it.
So we're going to take a second here. I'm going to take a look at Jerem Hart's creative filmmaking that he has done in the past, is currently working on. So.
You heard what I did.
See what you made me do? Shout out to old Jews and old rules. New blacks with new stacks. I already been the king. Retroact, I'm just bringing it back like Jordan packs. New money, they looking down on me. Blue bloods, they trying to clown on me. You can turn.
You have someone come to you, like my friend Jesse, who's a local artist, and he goes by Uncle Jesse. When he comes to you with music and he says, Jerem, I would like to make a music video to upload on YouTube so I can start getting my name out outside of Portland, what is the process and all that? What goes through your head and how do you go about it?
Well, first, I kind of get a sense from what he wants out of the music video. If he wants it a certain way, if he had some ideas, stuff like that. If it's more, me creating it, I kind of listen to the song over and over again, get kind of a feel of the song and that kind of feeling that I get from the song and what I think he's trying to do. And then there's no set way of doing it, but I try to create a tone, or I get images from kind of the music that I get, and I work at it, write it, and then try to get a sense of maybe a set of images, or like a situation, or some kind of short kind of video that I could do with it, and then I work from there, figuring out what to do, and then once I get that all planned out, that's when the logistics come, and I figure out, okay, what I need to do, do it on this day, can he, scheduling all this stuff, the money that it takes, if I need props, stuff like that. After that, it's figure all that out, then the day comes where I film, and then I just kind of know what I want to get, and then also, if I see something else, or, it can shift, or if he has suggestions, stuff like that, I just let it take form and know what I got to do and keep that in mind for editing. But
Does it take long to edit?
yeah, that's my least favorite part, because I'm a real perfectionist, and so for me, it's kind of that's the part where it really comes together. And if it's not right, I keep doing it over and over and over until it's how I like it. And
So in the past, musicians and artists have used their videos and their lyrics to be on a side or present an idea, a political idea, to help support something or something like that. Is that a goal of yours? Do you ever want to participate in that, or do you think that's too much controversy that surrounds it?
No, I think good videos really push a question, or push an issue.
Like Macklemore's, for instance,
Yeah.
had the Same Love video that just
Exactly,
came out. Did
yeah.
you like that video, or did you think it kind of took a step too far?
No, I think he was trying. He had a good intention and trying to make change and create. He has a power in pop culture where he can bring subjects to light because of his popularity, and I think that's what he was trying to do. Is, bring to light these issues that need to be dealt. And I think as a music video artist, I'm trying to make a statement like that. And I'm not as popular as him, but a real good
start
artist.
somewhere.
Yeah. But I mean, like for a hip hop video where there's just money and women and stuff like that, compared to something like that.
You'd rather go in that
I'd rather go in that direction and make a statement, like what good film does.
So after you finish your education at Portland State and you get your degree, what's your next step? What do you think your next step is to get your name out and to get into the industry?
I just make videos, and that's kind of
Help to get recognized?
yeah. Just kind of. You can learn as much as you can. Only learn so much in the classroom that you actually have to make videos. Mm-hmm. And so my goal right now is just make videos and try to make the best video I can, and then it's bound to get noticed if it's good enough. And I think as long as I'm making myself a better artist, the rest will take care of itself.
And do you think a lot of artists always, in their lyrics, they talk about where they started and that they would just sit at home and write with a pad and pen, and they just knew this is what they were supposed to do? Do you feel like you've always known that you were supposed to be going in this direction, or just? On
my good days, when things are going right, I definitely get that feeling. But then there's also those times where I'm like, well, what am I doing? Or am I actually doing the right choices and stuff like that? And just a matter of I don't want to do anything else, and so I'm just going to do what I want to do, and that's the only thing. Like, if I was a plumber, if I did anything else, I wouldn't be as happy as I would be trying to make videos.
I don't think many people would be happy
Being a
as
plumber?
Okay, so this has been a little excerpt with aspiring artist Jerem Hart, and I hope you have a great evening, and thank you for conducting this interview with me.